Hi, I'm Emily from emilylearning.com. In this lesson, we'll be looking at composite numbers. So what are composite numbers? Well, a composite number is a whole number that has more than two factors. So in other words, right, if something is a prime number, it will not be a composite number because a prime number only has two factors, okay, which are 1 and itself. But a composite number must have more than two factors. All right? So examples of composite numbers are 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, and so on. So basically, right, if a number is a prime number, it is not a composite number. But are all non-prime numbers composite numbers? No. Okay, 1 is not a prime number because 1 only has one factor, which is 1. Okay, so 1 is not a prime number, and 1 is also not a composite number because 1 only has one factor, which is 1. But a composite number needs to have more than two factors. So 1 is neither a composite number nor a prime number. All right. Okay. So apart from 1, all numbers that are not prime, okay, are composite numbers. Okay. So let's take a look at an example of a composite number. I'll take my favorite number here, which is 12. So 12 is a composite number because the factors of 12, okay, so first let me write it. So we know that the factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. So there are a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 factors, right? So 6 is more than 2. So because 12 has more than two factors, okay, so therefore it is considered a composite numbers. Let's take a look at this question. The following are whole numbers from 1 to 100. Circle the composite number. So I want you to pause this video and try this question. Once you're done, we'll go through it together. Alright, so let's go through the answer. So for this question here, I want to put it together with the answers to the prime numbers that we did in the previous lesson. So in the previous lesson, you're also given the numbers from 1 to 100 and asked you to circle the prime numbers. Okay, so in this question here, you're asked to circle the composite numbers. So what do we know? We know that 1 is neither a prime number nor a composite number. So we will not circle it for composite number. Okay. After that, we know that 2 and 3, they are prime numbers, so they cannot be composite numbers because a composite numbers must have more than two factors. So the next composite number, okay, will be 4, right? Okay, 5 is a prime number, so it's not a composite number. 6, okay, will be a composite number. So after 1, in fact, after 1, any number that is not a prime number will be a composite number. So let me circle all the numbers greater than 1, okay, that are not prime numbers because they will be composite numbers. Okay. So there you have, I have circled all the composite numbers here, okay, in blue. Okay, so some things, some general observation. 2 is the only even number that is a prime number. So any other number, any other even numbers will not be prime numbers. They will be composite numbers because apart from themselves and 1 being a factor, they also has 2 as a factor. So all even numbers will have 2 as a factor. Okay, so any number that is bigger than 2, any even number that is bigger than 2 will not be a prime number. It will be a composite number because it will have at least 2, okay, 1 itself, 1 and 2 as a factor at least, all right? So you'll notice that all the even numbers except for 2, okay, so this column here, 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 all those columns where the number ends with 2, 4, 6, 8, and 0 will all be even numbers. The only exception is 2 because, well, 2 can only be divided by 2 and itself. All right, okay. Next, you'll also notice that apart from 5, all other numbers ending with 5, okay, are all composite numbers because all numbers ending with 5 will be divisible by 5, right? Okay, but 5 can only be divided by 1 and 5, so it's a prime number. But any other number that ends with 5, okay, will be divisible by 5 and apart from itself and 1. So therefore, they will not be prime numbers. So 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, 105, and so on. They will all be composite numbers.